So, hello everyone, my name is Tony Buzzard-Knoll. I'm a delivery manager at BGSS, and I've been fortunate to work on several government projects which have featured remote working. And I want to talk to you about what I've learned to run an effective remote agile team to get results. Now, delivery managers, project managers, scrum masters, we all have a level of accountability for the delivery commitment that our teams make, ensuring that we stay on track, that with quality and that stakeholders are fully informed. Our challenge is how to keep on track by keeping on top of issues and to motivate our team when we can't sit next to them or them to each other. And that can leave us with a bit of an internal battle to overcome. When we find ourselves in a remote working situation, our instincts can kick in and we need to work hard to deal with them. Those instincts are either gripping too tightly onto control and suffocating the team to the point where productivity dries up, or going the other way and becoming so far detached from the team that we haven't a clue about progress or decisions that are being made. And either way, our stakeholders aren't going to be happy, our customers aren't going to be happy, and most likely neither our teams are going to be happy. And my journey to find that balance hasn't always been easy. I haven't always got it right. I find myself trying to find a delicate balance between trust and certainty that in truth sometimes has left me exposed when I have perhaps let go of hands-on management with good intentions of trust without that backing of good visibility. And this has led me to having to explain to my stakeholder why something won't be delivered with all the features they were expecting. But how can we get that balance right? So agile methodologies can really help us to shape delivery and create shared vision and goals. Definitions of done, robust refinement processes, well-articulated sprint goals all help to focus the team. And these should apply to any size of work. I mean, I recently had a short burst of work to deliver, and the ask seemed pretty obvious. I made the mistake of stepping away too much without setting up a delivery framework, and that really coincided with our move to remote working. I had high trust in the team, but hadn't given them the clear vision to know they were on the right path when we're not sat together having those conversations. And this resulted in expected features not being built and stakeholders not being aware that then I had to manage the consequences of. So what should I have done? I mean, there are a few things to help a remote team to achieve their goals, many of which align to the pillar of structure and preparation. Make those goals clear from the outset. A clear definition of done for both stories and features, along with a prioritized backlog, can help massively. Ensure you facilitate access to your product ownership for the team. This can mean having to set expectations with your product owner about the team's needs while working remotely. Make sure your refinement and quality gates are robust. For example, what's your definition of ready? How will the feature be tested? Don't skip stand-ups or demos. They're more important than ever to give the team a chance to share blockers and issues and check them on the right path. They may seem more difficult remotely, but they're so important. And finally, make sure your processes work for remote. You can't just simply replace a room booking for a video conference chat and think it's going to operate the same way. You have to think about how it's going to work remotely. I mean, for example, I always make sure I address each person on my remote video conference chat to make sure everyone's had a chance to talk, especially when I close out the session. Give everyone a voice that maybe has been a bit quiet and hasn't had the opportunity to talk. Actions like these really help to improve the inclusivity of the work that we're doing. Being physically apart from our teams makes these agile principles more valuable than ever and help us to keep on track. But if you want to push that delivery forward, you need to empower up. So you've shared your vision and the team has clear goals. How can you be sure you'll meet those goals if you can't see what's going on? And this is another challenge that really strikes at the heart of trust. In an agile delivery office, we don't floor walk to make sure our devs are doing the work or call them into a meeting room several times a day to see how they're doing and check up on the progress. So why do we do it when we're remote? It's that feeling of uncertainty that can push us to drop a quick note to the developer to see how it's going. In the past, I've been guilty of sending an email question out to a developer and then following up with an instant message straight away, just in case they haven't seen the email yet. And this level of nagging causes context switching and frustration for the teams. We need to remember that there's likely to be a reason why they can't get back to you straight away. We have to remember that people are juggling childcare issues at home right now and are having very different experiences working from home than in the office. In my experience, when I've fallen down this trap, I felt the energy of the team just sap away. And this was the case recently when I had a 2-year government project that was nearing its end date, and I was getting a bit nervous about hitting the goals. And I didn't really understand why no one else was feeling that urgency the same as I was. I was really fortunate that my tech lead had a good relationship with me and was able to give me the feedback about how I'd started to micromanage. I really appreciated this. It's when we're in the most stress that we stop reflecting on our behaviour, and it's a time when we really should. I reset my expectations for myself, used the Agile ceremonies, articulated the goals, and used my Agile toolkit to steer and track the team outcome to get to the progress I needed to get. So when we're working remotely, don't think about how you can keep control. Instead, think about empowerment. We're all in this together. Set the direction with the tools to seek help when needed. Have a frictionless update mechanism, such as a Kanban board, and give your team the space to do what they do best. But as has been common in much of this section, there's a balance to hit between interference and distance. And I'd like to move on to the most important area of the sense of team and its impact on delivery. If not actively managed, remote working can be isolating and demotivating. As Agile development teams, we thrive on conversation and probably hadn't realised quite how much until recent events have forced us to be more solitary. So although we must trust our team to deliver, we need to make sure that doesn't mean that we don't talk to each other. Recently, I've run a government project to support COVID-19 from setup to its imminent completion, all remote. It's been a great opportunity to use the tools and approaches that I've already talked about, but I was also keen to make sure we felt like a team. And the most successful tool that I've used is my 4 o'clock check-in. This isn't a formal Agile ceremony, it's a half-hour online meeting for the team to come together and debrief about how the day has gone. It's intentionally light-humoured to help the team bond, but based on progress to help me and the stakeholders understand the direction of the project. I also make time to have one-on-one chats with my team members. This may be on video call or on messaging and may not be very long, but they help me to build a rapport from a delivery perspective. Plus, they help prevent my own sense of isolation. There's often only one delivery manager role in a project or project manager role in a project, and it can sometimes feel quite lonely. These check-ins help me feel part of the team and to feel included. These chats don't have to be extra meetings. When you start your team meeting, as Kat mentioned, don't go straight into business. Make time for a chat. Maybe think about making a team meeting fun by challenging each other to have the most interesting chat backgrounds or the silliest hat to wear. These small things can inject office fun to online meetings and really help your team to bond and ultimately work better together. So I just want to finish off by reminding us that change is awesome. It helps us to grow and improve and keeps life interesting. We're currently in a situation that has forced a lot of change upon us, and we should take the opportunity to look at how we can evolve our delivery methods, whether it's on-site or remote. A good example for me is the use of remote tooling for project show and tells. Before being forced into remote working, I had a project in which we would perform a demo session to our clients from the DVSA every fortnight. Each session, we would invite stakeholders to our building and we present and demonstrate our progress. These were great sessions and really well attended. Since lockdown, we had to shift to remote show and tells. They took a bit of practice, but they've been really effective. They've been really smooth and much higher attendance. Plus, they can be recorded, so those that couldn't attend get the same experience. And I am certainly going to be thinking about remote show and tells as an active option for future projects. I encourage you all to think about the real opportunities that remote working brings for effective Agile delivery. So to summarise, the 3 things I'd love you to take away from this section when thinking about effective Agile delivery are: be aware of your instincts. Don't suffocate your team, but don't leave them alone to fail. Don't forget the Agile delivery principles, but make them work for remote working. Remember, you are a team. This takes work and investment to understand each other.